Hi, I'm Steve from Road Angel, and today we're going to show you how to install your Halo Ultima with the hardwiring kit. In your hardwiring kit, you'll find a number of piggyback fuses, a fuse puller, and most importantly, the hardwiring kit to the camera itself. And last of all, the magnet to avoid static. Right, so you find your fuse box. On this particular model, it's on the side of the driver, right-hand side of the drivers. You locate the permanent ignition. You locate the permanent feed. Once you've located that, pull the fuse out. You've already got a fuse in your piggyback. That fuse goes into the front of the piggyback. Push it in, which can be a bit stiff, but they do push in. Once you pushed it in all the way, and then you put your piggyback where the original fuse was. Once you've got your ignition feed and your permanent feed piggybacked, like so, then you'll get your ignition feed connect, your permanent live feed, then you'll have your ground, this wire here. Then you just find a spot you'll have to unbolt, and then once you unbolt, then just clip that behind and re-bolt it, and that's your earth then attached. Now we've plugged your connections in, now we need to run the cable up the pillar and across the headline in to where the camera is going to be mounted. One thing that you do need to be careful when you're installing this cable is that you run it behind the airbag, not in front of the airbag. So it needs to go behind the airbag. Some cars, you have to be careful. Take the airbag cover off, and there might be a little hidden screw which you need to unscrew just to remove the casing a bit to get your cable out. Now we've got the cable to this point, then we open the box up and then mount the dash cam where it needs to be for the cable. Then the dash cam, you should always try and mount it to the left-hand side of your mirror, which is the ideal spot, which is there, because you do not need to see the dash cam, and it should be nicely hidden behind the rear view mirror. This camera is a dual camera, so now we're just going to install the rear camera. Now we've threaded the rear cable underneath the airbag. Then we're going to connect the cable to the top of the dash cam, which where it's located. And now we remove the boot trims so that we can run the cable up through here and to the camera, which will mount here eventually. This is my wire pulling tool, which will feed down this rubber to pull the cable through. There we go, pop through like so, hook it up, just rub that on the cable because it'll help it pull through. Vaseline is the best. There you go, cable through. Now we've got the cable through the boot, we'll just pull the cable through till you got enough through, and then we'll mount the rear camera and connect that. So the rear camera, as you can see, so what I need to do is take all the protective film off the camera, and this way up, and the camera lens, and then finally is the sticky pad. Don't put it right to the metal, just lift it up a little bit, and then just stick it to the glass. Just give it a nice firm press. You can worry about setting the camera up once we go to the app. That is the rear camera installed. don't need to drill a hole or anything for the cable. It sits lovely. So you put all the trim back together. You've got it through it, so now we need to put the other end through and then lead the cable to the front of the car. Then we run the cable down the side. We run it downwards instead of across the top in case it gets interference with the radio. Just pull the trims up and making sure that you don't trap the cable in the trim when you put the trim back in. So it's quite easy to do. And we just need to feed the cable back up to the camera. So now we will install the SD card. Install the SD card, connect it back up, clip it in. Now that is your Halo Ultimate dashcam installed. Please watch our other videos to show you how to set up the app.